learn things. So we might interact with them. We should tell them that, look, why don't you call for an Islamic state? It's only Islam and the Sharia of Allah that can change our situation today. We must call the embassies. We must write to the embassies. We must make complaints and say to them, look, why has Mubarak chosen to side with Israel? Why is Mubarak supporting Israel? Why doesn't Mubarak allow the aid convoys, the 200 trucks worth full of medicine and food for the Palestinian Muslims? Why doesn't he allow it to go through? We should make complaints, and we should say to him, look, if you're not willing to help the Muslims, then step down and get out of Egypt and let the sincere Muslim rule Egypt, rule with Islam, inshallah. We should contact BBC and make complaints, brothers, because the BBC is very biased in its news. They always support the cause of Israel, brothers, and the BBC are obliged to listen to your complaints and respond to your complaints. I've written to the BBC. I used to listen to the BBC 5 Live radio station, where a lot of people call up and they make anti-Islam comments, and I used to write in. I used to write in with my comments, Islamic comments, and I used to say, this is what Islam is, this is how Islam can solve the problem in your country. And they used to read it out. They used to read my email out. I heard it with my own ears. I've also done it with the BBC Asian network, where they used to diss Muslim men. They used to diss Muslim men openly, and I used to write in my comments, and they used to read it out. So make complaints, brothers. And there's some paper here with a list of the BBC details, complaint details, and the Egyptian embassy's numbers and things. So if you want to take it, please take it, inshallah. And finally, brothers, do not be mute. Do not be silent, brothers. Because the one who is silent, the one that is mute, is nothing but a mute shaitan, a silent shaitan, and they are the worst, brothers. The silent shaitan are the worst one, brothers. Brothers, let us not cover our eyes, let us not block our ears, because we have heard what's happened. We have seen what's happened with our own eyes, and let's not cover our mouths. Let's not be silent, brothers, because that's the worst of them, which is the silent shaitan. So let us speak the truth. Let us enjoin the khair and forbid the evil in everything, inshallah. And just to finish off, brothers, I'd like to finish off with a short video which shows that even the enemies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are talking about Islamic State. They are talking about the return of Islam. So isn't it, if your enemies are talking about the return of Islam, so should we not start talking about Islam as well, about the return of Islam? Should we not work for it even more? So inshallah, I will end on this video, and we'll have some time, inshallah, for questions and answers that you may have, inshallah.
The militants believe that controlling one country will rally the Muslim masses, enabling them to overthrow all moderate governments in the region and establish a radical Islamic empire that spans from Spain to Indonesia.
They seek to take over governments from North America to South Asia and to reestablish a caliphate they hope one day will include every continent. They've designed and distributed a map where national borders are erased and replaced by a global extremist empire.